Good morning, my Real News Media TV family. Thank you so much for tuning in this morning, and I'm wishing for everyone a wonderful and a productive day. And in the news this morning, family torn apart in devastating crash that kills 4 relatives on PJ Patterson Highway. Tears are words only God understands. These haunting lyrics from Javinch's song Goodbye were the words that Steve Morgan posted along a photo of his dead niece, 22-year-old Taisha Manhurst, who was among 4 family members killed in a horrific 2-vehicle crash along the PJ Patterson Highway in St. Catherine early Sunday morning. Manhurst, along with 29-year-old Wendy Lamy, 27-year-old Andre McLeish, and 8-year-old Trey Stewart, were all killed in the crash. The victims were relatives and in-laws, all residing in Kingston 7. The fatal collision occurred just after midnight when a 2022 Mercedes-Benz and a 2002 Toyota Probox were involved in an accident. The passengers in the Probox, mostly children, were traveling back to Kingston after attending a kiddies party in Old Harbor. Morgan, a mechanic, described how the Probox, driven by McLeish, initially overturned. "I said to myself, if I sleep, the baby father sleep away. When the vehicle overturned, nobody died. They were all talking and helping each other to get out of the vehicle," he told the news yesterday. It was about 6 adults and 5 children in the vehicle. They were trying to take the children out and see the lady coming in the GLE Benz. It seems like no brakes, no hole. It was a sudden impact and it tear up the Probox and rip it up, Morgan recounted. According to police reports, McLeish, who was driving the Probox, lost the control of the vehicle while traveling in an easterly direction. The car hit a median and overturned. While the occupants of the Probox were in the process of disembarking, the Mercedes-Benz crashed into them, severely injuring several of the passengers. McLeish was later found in a gully due to the violent impact of the collision. The victims were taken to the Spanish Town Hospital, where the 4 were pronounced dead. The police report lists excessive speeding, diverted attention, and a collision with a vehicle in a previous accident as the possible causes of the fatalities. The police said the driver of the Mercedes-Benz has been warned for prosecution. Morgan shared with the news that another niece, a sister of Manhurst, is fighting for her life at the Spanish Town Hospital, unconscious and with a swollen head. "Her head is swollen and she's unconscious. They're trying their best with she. They wanted to transfer her to public RUC because they saw that they don't have enough equipment to deal with the injuries," Morgan said. 2 other children are in the hospital. Morgan described his niece Manhurst as a hardworking woman who never depended on anyone. "Very hardworking. She's a girl when I really depend on nobody. Even if her fiancé not bringing him for bringing, she'll make sure she go do her work and bring it in for the youth them. She's a real mother," he said. Dr. Lucian Jones, vice chairman of the National Road Safety Council, called the crash absolutely shocking. The police report suggested that somebody was speeding and that there was distracted driving, Jones said. "All hands must be on deck to stop this madness of excessive speeding and distracted driving and distracted walking on our roads." As of March 28, road fatalities in Jamaica have decreased by 17%, with 18 fewer fatalities compared to the same period last year. Since the start of the year, 88 road fatalities have been recorded, resulting from 82 fatal collisions. In 2024, Jamaica recorded a total of 365 road fatalities from 315 fatal crashes. Colonel Daniel Price, Director General of Road Safety at the Island Traffic Authority, renewed calls for road users to be more responsible. In 2025, let us endeavor to be better road users, adhering to the rules of the road and educating those around us about a proper road use, he said. Yesterday evening, Morgan was still deeply shaken and barely able to contain his grief, uttering, "Jah know me niece, you know me weak. We can't fix care, but not your life. Jaja." Carpenter charged following armed robbery in St. Mary. Several charges have been laid against the St. Anne carpenter following an armed robbery in Spring Valley Heights, Valley Bush, St. Mary on March 23. He is 28-year-old Ronaldo Lee, otherwise called the Pops, of Middle Street, Oteria, St. Anne. The Porto Maria police say about 3 a.m., police were alerted to a robbery in the community where several persons at a business establishment were held at a gunpoint and robbed of an undetermined sum of cash, cellular phones, and assorted liquors. The police responded, and on their arrival, they discovered that the robbers had escaped on foot as their getaway car had crashed into a yard and burst into flames. With the assistance of the residents, the area was corralled and a search operation was initiated. During the operation, the lawmen reportedly came under gunfire, took evasive action, and returned the fire in the direction of their attackers. When the shooting subsided, Lee and his accomplice, who was fatally shot during the exchange, were captured and the firearm and several rounds of ammunition seized. Lee was taken into custody, where he was charged with robbery with aggravation, shooting with intent, assault as a common law, possession of prohibited weapon, unauthorized possession of ammunition, and using a firearm to commit a felony on Saturday. His court date is being finalized. Policeman electrocuted in Spanish Town. A police sergeant was electrocuted in the Eltham Acres section of Spanish Town, St. Catherine yesterday. It is understood that the cop was electrocuted while trimming a tree at his home. The tree is reported near a high-tension wire. Firefighters were alerted and made their way to the scene. Linseed man caught in stolen vehicle offered $400,000 bail. A man who was reportedly caught driving a stolen motor vehicle was granted bail in the amount of $400,000 with up to 2 sureties when he appeared in the St. James Parish Court last Wednesday. Bonjay Johnson, 22, of Linstead, St. Catherine, pleaded not guilty to larceny of a motor vehicle and guilty to receiving stolen property before presiding Judge Keisha granted price. According to court documents, at some point during the day, on March 12, the complainant parked his 2018 Nissan motor car on Kent Avenue in Montego Bay, St. James, and ensured the vehicle was securely locked. On his return about 9:30 p.m., he discovered that his car had been stolen and reported the matter to the police. The allegations are that cops later apprehended Johnson while he was driving the complainant's vehicle along the Salt Marsh Main Road in Trelawney. In court, defense lawyer Donovan Collins asserted that Johnson had cooperated with the police and shared the information regarding the circumstances under which he was driving the vehicle. Based on my instructions, he was in St. James and the vehicle was given to him by another person to drive to St. Catherine. He was not aware that the vehicle was stolen, the attorney said. After hearing Collins' argument, the judge asked why Johnson had failed to confirm ownership of the vehicle. The lawyer provided an explanation. Collins then requested that his client be released on bail, arguing that the prosecution had presented no evidence to suggest that, if granted bail, Johnson would fail to appear in court. But your client has been charged with a serious offense and the allegations are quite strong against him. So you need to have franker discussions with your client, Judge Grant Price advised. As a condition of Johnson's $400,000 bail, the judge mandated that he report to a specific police station on specific days and surrender his travel documents. Before you are able to take up your bail, your passport will have to be surrendered to the court's office. It's either your passport is surrendered or a stop order is imposed, Grant Price said. Johnson is to return to court on April 22. Man in court for allegedly stealing money from taxi. A man was brought before the St. James Parish Court last Wednesday, accused of unlawfully entering a taxi driver's motor vehicle and stealing more than $10,000. The defendant, Javil Gichi, faces a charge of simple larceny. He is being represented by attorney-at-law Adrian Days. The incident allegedly occurred in the vicinity of a gas station in Montego Bay, St. James on February 28. According to court documents, the complainant left his black Voxy motor vehicle unlocked and proceeded towards a shop to solicit the passengers. He had left $12,000 in the vehicle, but when he returned, he found that only $1,650 remained. The allegations are that security camera footage from the petrol station shows the defendant entering the complainant's vehicle. The complainant reported the matter to the police, and Geechee was arrested and charged. During the hearing on Wednesday, the court was informed that the prosecution's case file was incomplete, prompting the scheduling of a new court date for April 23. Geechee's bail was extended until then. Guys, thanks for watching. Please join us this afternoon at 2 p.m. for another news update.